Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 7th of October 2021. So futures tumble as Nat Gap prices explode, stagflation fears surge. I don't know about stagflation, I think more hyperinflation, as that has the knock-on effect to other prices. The energy crisis that's starting to loom in Europe is a real risk that is being underestimated. Underestimated is absolutely spot on by the market right now. It's going to get hairy as we go forward. EU politicians panic as Nat Gap prices explodes 40% overnight. So this is just ridiculous. It certainly is. I dread to think what gas bills are going to be. On another note, the ADP numbers came out yesterday, bigger than expected. Job gains in September, so taper is still on. It just gets worse for the Fed, without a doubt. Now, one thing that you're going to see a lot of over the next, well, we've already mentioned this many times in the Market Alert, and it's this phrase which is becoming quite nauseating. This is the World Economic Forum. I've spoken about them many times in the Market Alerts. Now they've really got hold of the whole agenda. I did warn that they would take over. They would, and Klaus Schwab, the head, said that he would use the COVID pandemic as a way to reshape the world and reinvent how everything is done, travel, etc. The green agenda, which is why you're not seeing anybody arrested for in Extinction Rebellion, because it's all engineered. And now we're seeing the next part that the World Economic Forum wants, and that is the destruction of capitalism and free markets and the way business was done before. And you'll see this nauseating phrase here, Build Back Better. And just to make you feel nauseated, so I'm not on my own with this, you'll see it's there. Tory conference this week. This I was going to swear then. This moron is promoting it, as is every other political leader. They're all behind reshaping our lives. I mean, look at this. It's just bloody ridiculous and nauseating. Bake Back Better. I've seen another one that's got drink back bitter or something, I don't know, but is this the poke here is as it's called. I'll just have to move this down a bit. It says Boris Johnson's Build Back Better puns will have you cringing into the week. It's not just the week, this is sinister. What's going on in here is sinister, and I'm with the Jean-Luc Picard, I think it is there. I tell you, I don't know about putting my head in my hands and start looking for a length of rope with what's going on. So the next agenda is to destroy the economy, and they're going to do that, and we're seeing that through this. It's the gas prices and the engineered so-called fuel shortages when there haven't been any, and now army on the street. Get used to seeing the army out and about and all the rest of it. It's sinister, to say the least, sinister. And I don't care whether people think I'm a conspiracy theorist or not. This has been unfolding for the last 18 months. Spoken about it before, and a conspiracy theory seems to last a few weeks now, never mind a few months. Anyway, moving along, news today, we've got the weekly unemployment claims. That's out at 1:30. It's the only news for today. So let's move on to the markets and start off with the Dow. Now, the Dow yesterday actually was a lot stronger than Europe, and of course Europe sold off because of the natural gas increases the night before, 40%. But the Dow just traded an inside bar for the day. There is some selling pressure around, but it's managed to move up to 89 overnight and stop there at the moment. So, and that 89 is marked from here down to here and then marked back. So let's just add in a few more just in case. So we'll go from the high to here. So that's from there to there, projected back to here. So just in case we take out that 89 that we've got there, we've already taken out the 38, the 50 and the 62. So there are three targets to the upside there before you get to the recent high before we had the pullback over the last few days. In the 30-minute chart, you'll see it's incredible when you compare this to the DAX, and I've not seen this for, well, I don't think I've actually ever seen it. The Dow was up and down, and it's not inconsiderable sort of a move, but you can see then it traded sideways until 2:30, and then the market opened and moved to the upside. But in the DAX, we had a completely different picture for the day, which you can see there. The market trading down to the 14,808 and also the 14,028, which I'll show you in just a moment. So it managed to recover when it hit this point, and then we moved back to the upside. And at the moment, whoops, we're currently sideways in the daily chart. So we've not breached yesterday's high. We've had lower highs for the last 3 or 4 days. No news today, so the market's going to have to determine its own direction, really, because the weekly jobless claims now have gone off the boil. They were the big talking point throughout the last 18 months, but now it's not really a market mover as it was. So yeah, again, what I would do here is any upside potential from there to there projected back gives you these numbers. Again, we're through that 89 now. We'll get rid of that, and there 62 is struggling a bit there. So watch the 14,808. If we take out this, then we go much lower. It's a crucial area of support there, which I have mentioned in the market alert this week. 14,800, very important level. So immediately the futures, the cash market opened. The futures were sideways, and then we just sold off, and that was the way it was going to be until we got down to that 14,000. We actually got down to 14,812. Market then traded sideways, retraced, and then just followed the Dow back, and actually took out the open from the start of the session. So trying to hold a short overnight in these markets is more or less still impossible, because they continue to rig the market and bring it back, whether it's the plunge protection team or the promise of more printing or buying of debt, etc. In the metals, silver under pressure overnight, managed to retrace yesterday, and interestingly enough, let me just show you this, the dollar moving sharply higher yesterday, and silver managing to come back with it. I'm still not convinced. I think we're still going to see a shakeout in the metals markets as the stock markets collapse in the next few weeks because of what's coming down the line. So again, I've still got an order down at $20. This is, I think, the calm before the storm for these markets. Gold too, but not as aggressive. Probably get down to 89. I would have thought would be that sort of area. Struggling with the 20 bar moving average in gold, and also in the silver market as well. Yesterday's silver session in the 5-minute chart looks choppy, and then it managed to break to the upside. So you can see that. Just move this across a bit. So you've got all of these retracements coming back, and then eventually getting narrower and moving to the upside. The same in the 30-minute chart there. You can see the low back 62% and then up. And then overnight in this area, you've got down, back up 78%, and then moving down there at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised to see yesterday's low tested in silver today, and as say the dollar. Also an interesting area there, isn't there? Because I did mark this up the other day. We came back to 89%, and that's where the market stopped. So if this is taken out, then we go through here and continue to the upside. So we'll save that, see what happens this time tomorrow, because there's no news to move this market. And finally, let's have a look at a bit of detail of yesterday's trading session. So I'm going to fast forward through because we saw the market sell off. What I want to bring your attention to is what was happening in the daily chart. You can see we traded down. We came back to the 20 bar moving average, and then we continued to move lower. We're getting closes above the 5 bar moving average, nowhere near the 20. As soon as it reversed back through, we were getting a situation where you could re-enter the trade, and then we had a buy signal that traded up to the scalp, and you'll see from here we come back, and that's an 89% retracement. So the market went short, and this was the interesting bit. It went short back at just before 10 a.m. And if I just fast forward, you'll see I'm actually adding on. I'll just come back a bit. I was looking for the target in the daily chart, and it was 14,828. And as this went short, normally I would have, as it closed back above the 5, but given what was going on and having established that we could go down to this 828 level, I marked it up in the chart here, as you'll see. There you go. I'm just picking the colour off for the line and then add it to the chart just to see if the market would trade down to it. There's also the S3 level as well, where 90% of the time the market, or 90+% of the time the market will actually stop. So here again, I'm looking at it in the daily, and then as we approach this area, you'll see them starting to buy back in. It's quite incredible, isn't it, how they know those areas exist, which of course they do. The computers know they exist. They come back, retest it, and this is the bar that goes down to that for the 12 level that we saw as yesterday's low in today's chart. And then the market stops. That's it. The move over right down to the line. Get a retest here. There's no major volume there. Nobody wants to sell. Too dangerous. And then the market puts in its retracement before then moving to the upside. And off we go back to the previous day's low as we open for the afternoon session. And then we get the news is about to come out for crude oil inventories. This is a losing trade, and then we have to wait for the news. And there's a quick trade to the upside to recover what was lost on this trade here. So we recover the loss there, and then the market just trades sideways. We get another long and another quick 10 points in that before we get the 4 p.m. Close. So that was the tricky one, just as the market was waiting for the news, had a shakeout and then managed to rally back, and then there's another quick scalp after the news there. And that was it for yesterday. So a very interesting day. And then, of course, the market came back, made its way back at before the Dow. I'll just find the 2-minute chart. As the Dow made its way back overnight, so did the German DAX. So you can see that. If we just go back to the afternoon session there, and then we came back, and then it was just again straight up for another 100 points after the official close in the cash market at 4:30. Market then trading sideways overnight, and it still is at the moment. Okay, that's it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. But as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.